Hey everyone, it's Thursday. It's Rod Dogg time. It is Tech Talk Thursday. We have Rod back. We had Alan Razor last week, our head engineer, and I think the week before that you were having a little surgery done, a little preventive maintenance.
Yeah, a little cut job.
A little tune-up. So, you got to get one of those. To stay this, looking this good, you got to get a little tune-up every once in a while.
Got to spend your money on something.
There you go. Well, it's good to have you back, and a lot of people were asking. And we had... Actually, since the last time you were here, we had all these questions pile up. They didn't want to ask Alan. Well, we got some good questions for Alan, but they wanted to ask Dogg it. So we are watching. I got to switch over accounts here. We are watching on Instagram. We are watching on Facebook. And I realized yesterday when I did the promo, I said we're watching on the Facebook. It sounded like a grandma saying that because it was called the Facebook. So we are watching on Facebook. So we have you going right there. I'm going to pop over to Bowtech. Instagram, we're good to go. We are good to go on Facebook. Our AV guy, Nolan, said we're rolling. See that, Dogg? We are rolling on Facebook. We're going to load her up here real quick so we can see some good questions coming in. All right, perfect. So get your questions in. I have the questions that you all submitted over the last several weeks, but you can ask them right here. So drop them in the comments section here on Instagram. Drop them in the comments section on Facebook. Rod wants to answer them. It's a good opportunity. He's ready to go. He's fresh. He's all, like I said, rip-raring to go. So what, other than getting some surgery, now what have you been up to?
Shooting a recurve lately.
Recurve.
Yeah, I can't hit nothing. It's disappointing.
Rod, the ultimate shooter, picks up a recurve and he can't hit nothing.
It is fun though.
Right?
It's different.
It is. It is. You've been shooting your compound?
Hell yeah. When I get really bad with my stuff, then I go grab my compound, and it just seems like 10 times easier to put an arrow in the spot.
I don't think we had shared it. I don't think we had an opportunity. You were pretty successul on the turkey hunt with your Destroyer 340. I should have grabbed 350. Sorry, I should have grabbed the image because you did a number on that bird, I think. So.
I got it on my phone.
You got it on your phone? Yeah. I don't think we can really hold that up to the camera and show them. So let them know what you did, Rod.
Well, I slid out of the truck, out the passenger door.
That's how your typical hunt goes, just slide out of the truck.
I did call them in for about a quarter mile while I was sitting in my truck.
Oh, you weren't driving down the road?
No, I was parked. And then I slid out the passenger side door when they got close enough, and I threw a big old aluminum with a kudu.
Your elk broadhead, right?
Just buried him.
Use that for killing these things.
Yeah, same arrow.
Well, you didn't quite bury it. I mean, it's lost its head pretty much, right? So.
Actually, if you want to know the truth, I thought it was 25 yards. I was aiming at its head.
Yeah.
Either hit it and kill it and miss it, or miss it. So I aimed at its head and I hit about 3 yards. It was 28 instead of 25, so it was pretty much.
Yeah. So it was what you wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You
didn't have to chase it.
You were much more successful than I was. I guess I really didn't try hard enough, though. I went out a couple times. And
you got one day left. You can go this afternoon when you get off.
I should. My boss is driving a truck right now, so I can probably slide out of here and him not know it. Or he's watching on his phone right now and he's riding shotgun. So. I might have to do that. I don't think that's going to happen, but
probably not.
But again, guys, get your questions in. And actually, we have some exciting news that has to do with one of these beasts at the top at the end of this event. So make sure you stay tuned in because we have a cool announcement we're going to share with you guys. So we got some great questions coming in here. Coming in already. So I want to hit some of these questions that have built up over the last couple weeks. But guys, get your questions in because I want to bounce back and forth and make sure we get as many as we can through the next several hours. Yeah. We would not do that to you, Rod. So, so here's a question. You may be able to answer this. I'm not sure if you can or not. It's more of a feature question. So Steve Coons is asking, I upgraded from my Bowtech Tribute to the Rain 6. I want to swap over my quiver, but the quiver attaches with the hex bolts, so it sounds like it has the old style octane. And the new bow has the triangle slots. Can I just buy the new triangle mounts? If not, what quiver can I buy that mounts to the bow? That might be a tough one for you to answer, but
yeah, we quit making that octagon or hex head.
Yep.
extension for it. So
I think the triangle is more of a universal. I think a lot of our other co-manufacturers use that same size or that same dimension. So pretty much any quiver out there utilizes that triangle. So really to recommend one over the other, I wouldn't really be able to do that, but I would check them all out because
personally, I like the new carbon ones that mount on the sight. They're light.
Yep, same here. Our new Bowtech with the new Bowtech line, the whitetail version, and also the XL if you like the longer style, and then our sister company Tight Spot is a good one to take a look at as well. So check them out, and like Rod said, that's a mount on the sight. The long version, if you like a two-piece, go with the long version. It's much lighter than a two-piece.
It's really it's really light.
But there's other quivers out there you can check out. So good question. Chris Myers is asking, I have an Edge SB1. The cable is one of our Diamond Bows, one of our best ones. Cables are he says cables are rough timed, so I would say cams are rough timed, and hit the stops perfectly at full draw. However, in a frame-by-frame video of air release, the bottom cam starts to rotate well before the top cam, and it finishes rotation way before the top cam. Is this normal?
It's pretty normal that your bottom cam is hotter than your top cam on all binary, overdrive, binary, any dual cam. You're gonna have your bottom cam is gonna be hotter
off a little bit.
Yes, because the distance between your arrow rest and the axle is way different. So to time these things perfecly, that's what you got to do.
Right. And you're still going to get that level of knock travel, but that's just because of the geometry of the bow. That's the way they work. So if you look at any competitor out there that uses the binary, they're going to get the same thing, especially on a single draw stop model like the Edge SB1.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of that as well. So good question, though. Good question. Bill Bradley. So we have an overdrive binary question for you, Roddy. You are the expert here. When tuning my binary overdrive Bowtech, I have several. Glad to hear it. Is it common to have your axle-to-axle on the right side of the cam longer than the axle-to-axle on the left side of the cams? Left side is usually at or below ATA for each bow. What does Bowtech recommend keeping axle-to-axle in mind? So I think he's thinking, should he base it on the right, base it on the left?
Well,
it's a pretty deep question.
Depends on if you're left or right-handed, I guess.
Yeah, true. Let's assume he's right-handed.
Okay. But when you laser tune these things to get your cam lean in it, on a right-handed bow, you're going to lay your laser on the left side of the cam.
Okay. Did you bring your laser? Oh, you didn't bring your laser.
I didn't bring the laser. You're going to have to put it on the right side of your cam, sorry.
Spot Hog laser, check it out, it's pretty cool.
When you get done laser tuning your bow and you check your axle to axle, you'll find that you're going to have a shorter distance on this side of the bow than you did at this side.
True.
So, yes, we gauge the axle to axle on one side of the bow. So.
And it's plus or minus quarter of an inch, all specs are. But any bow, only unless you have a shoot-through system, is going to have a little bit of cam lean. So you're going to see that from really any bow in there, out there is going to have one side is going to be shorter than the other. Yes. So I wouldn't necessarily overthink it. If they're equal, your money is performing good.
Yeah, and you're not wearing your servings.
Yep, that's a big thing. That's a good point. That's something you see a lot, I think.
I see a lot of serving wear because the cam lean's been taken completely out.
Home mechanics, right?
Yeah. And if you look at it and the cam lean's been taken completely out, your string's not in the center of your riser anymore.
Right.
So that's the whole idea.
It's there by design.
Yes.
Good. That's a great one. So let's take a look. I saw a couple coming through Instagram here. Let's take a look. And it looks like we have a couple on Facebook. On the Facebook.
Facebook.
Amanda in customer service is watching you right now, Rod. I just busted her right now watching. She might be talking turkey. I thought you were hunting, Amanda. Maybe she took off and she's watching it. Let's see. So maybe you're more popular than turkey hunting right now. Oh, man, we got a lot of people watching. I want to get to the question. Okay. The Hick from the Hills. What's the best place to book an elk hunt? That's hard to say. I mean, we're in Oregon, but...
Yeah, it depends on what kind of elk you want to shoot. We got, basically, there's 3 different kinds of elk here You got Roosevelt out on the coast here, which are huge, 6 to 1,200 pound animals.
Yep.
And then over east, you got the Rocky Mountains. Got bigger antlers, smaller bodies.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
And if you go far enough south down the coast to the edge of the redwoods down there, you're getting into Tule elk. So.
Yep. Depends how hard you want to work here in Oregon. Yeah. You know, it can be rough on the west side.
Of course, he did say anywhere, right?
Yeah, anywhere.
I mean, there's some good places to go out hunting.
New Mexico, Colorado,
even Arizona.
Yeah, I think Colorado. We might talk about that a little later in this session.
Give it up
I'm going to keep dropping teasers in there a little bit. So, guess who's watching? Somebody you know pretty close that's always watching. She is on here again.
She's probably been on there since 2.
waiting. She was the first one to comment when I posted this morning that you were going to be on here.
Hey, Carrie.
Amanda looks like she's telling you thank you. Basically, she said, thanks to Dogg. Hopefully, I'm not going to say, she said not to tell her boss she's watching, but thanks to Dogg. Hopefully, I get a turkey tonight. So, good one.
Yeah,
good one on you.
Send her to my property, see if she can't get one.
Good luck, Amanda. If I don't see you before the end of the day, I know you've been trying hard. So,
hit them high, watch them die. Hit them low, watch them go.
Oh, man, we got some stuff coming in here on Facebook. Let's check it out here. So, Matt Schroederus, I apologize if I butchered that, which I probably did. My Romex makes an audible clicking noise when I get to about 3/4 draw. Are there any ideas what that could be?
Yeah, there's several different things that could be. You could have, I'd start with the mod screws, make sure they're tight, and the side, what bow was it?
Romex.
Okay, same as this one. Your side screws on, just check all your screws first, make sure they're all tight. And then on your cable roller, you might check to see if there's any movement on the draw. If there is, then it could be adjusted. Or it could be too loose, too tight.
Right. And I've seen that quite a bit when I was working back with you in customer service. A lot of people adjust that flex guard out, and it's out there too far, and it's clicking.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing to look for there.
Yeah.
Good question, good question. We got a lot of good stuff coming in here. So let's take a look. Let's go over here to Instagram. Let's see. Afflejax420 is another viewer that we see all the time, so welcome again. What's the shortest draw length that the realm can be adjusted to? So we're going to pick your brain, Rod. What's the shortest draw length on the realm?
Make sure.
Studying up, you might have caught him off guard.
25 inches.
Good work, man, good work. 25 inches, so that is correct. So it can really fit anyone based on that range.
The Realm X also.
Yep, they're the same, so 25 to 31. So if you like the shorter brace height, a little more speed, and you're within that range, or if you want something with the Realm with just a little softer draw, a little more forgiving, you can get that one too. Yep. Good question, good question. Rico Von Tonder, welcome to Rico. He's one of our Team Bowtech factory shooters. So
I see you can pronounce his name correctly.
Oh, we talk quite a bit. We talk quite a bit. Rico wants to know, how forgiving is the overdrive to arrow spines on tuning?
It's very forgiving because it's so smooth. And depending on your draw length, I got a short draw length.
Right.
So I can use, I've always been able to do this, shoot a short arrow, and so therefore I can't go too stiff.
Right.
So I get to drop like 2 graphs on the chart because my arrow's so short.
Right.
That's which lightens my arrow up. Right. So you got, it depends on your draw length and everything, how you got to spline your arrows and all this, but.
Well, and really you can adjust that because, you get a little more, depending on your spine, you get a little more string whip. So with the overdrive binary, you can adjust that camly. Rico, I think you're setting us up because you know a ton about the bow. So I think he's seen how much you really know too, so, and me as well. So you can adjust that string position, really fine tune that, fine tune to any arrow. And really ever since we came out and launched the binary, we've really seen that just because of
you center your arrow rest up, and then you can adjust your string to that by your camline. So
no, that's exactly. So nice try, Rico. So Let's see. We got another. Oops. Let's see. John Becky. I apologize. Can you explain how the cable slide, cable position affects the left and right arrow flight on binary cams? Cable slide, cable position. So I think maybe he's talking about the flex guard. Maybe kind of.
Well, it doesn't have a cable slide.
Right. I think maybe he's just at. Explain the cable slide, cable position, left or right on. Oh, maybe binary. So he's saying binary. So how does the cable slide, cable position affect the left and right arrow flight on binary cam? So I guess probably how it induces the side load.
Is he saying?
Not sure exactly what he's asking there.
Maybe there's a difference in cable slides from factory
Sure.
to aftermarket,
John,
because there is a big difference in the way that bow will perform. Some of them on a cable rod will just shove the cables clear up against the cable rod, and now you're getting too much cable bend.
So John, if you could maybe clarify your question there, and maybe Rod will be able to help you out a little bit better. So let's see. Oh, here's a good. Nick Deans. I shoot the carbon icon, and it's great. Oh, yeah, and it's great. Thanks for a good product. How often? Looks like we're still rolling there, Nolan. I'd say it's just something weird on the camera. Sorry, Instagram, but I was just watching on here, so it looks like we're still going. Okay. Something's funky with my phone on there, but we're still rolling. Nick Deans, I shoot the carbon icon, and it's great. Thanks for a good product. Thank you, Nick. How often should I change my string? Great question. I like those questions.
It varies on how often. I mean, you should always maintain it. You look at it if it's starting to fuzz up, and you wax it, and the very next day it's fuzzed up again. Yeah, it's probably time to change your string. It depends on how much you shoot it.
Right.
I mean, if you shoot 2,000 arrows a week,
yep.
I mean, change it frequently. If you set it on the wall and never shoot it, I still would change them every 2 years.
True.
Even if you've never shot it.
Right.
Things will just explode on you after a while.
True. It's material. It's got a certain stretchability.
It can only go so far.
Yeah. Yep. So you definitely need elasticity. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's
smart. Big words today.
That's
so you definitely, after years and years like that, it's gone. So you definitely need to take a look at it then. So it's a great question. Let's take a look at some of the other ones that were submitted last week. Kevin Cox. This is we get this a lot, but I think this is a good one to address. I shoot a Bowtech Icon and love it, another Icon shooter. I have a 26-inch draw length. How can I learn to tune my own bow without having to take it to a pro shop? Thanks a bunch. This is kind of a double-edged.
Time.
Sounds like a tune. So it sounds like he's wanting to, when he goes and buys a new bow, he wants to be able to set it up himself and do all the fun stuff that you get to do every day.
Well, you can tune it, French tune it. Mm-hmm. You can tune it through paper.
Sure. Well, how would he go about? I mean, I think he's asking, how does he learn this stuff, and what's a good way to learn all this stuff?
I'm probably on that computer.
Yeah, we got some good stuff too. Maybe working with your dealer. We try to recommend anytime you get a new bow, really have your dealer work on it.
It's the best thing to do.
Yeah. Honestly, the way I got started working in archery was I volunteered at my dealer. I did my normal 9-to-5 job and went to the pro shop afterwards. So, Tim, if you're watching, shout out to you. So. And I basically worked for product. I worked my hours, and that's how I really got more and more experience around it. And that is the best thing I can recommend. As far as maintaining your warranties and things like that, I would have your dealer work on it. But maybe if you're volunteering at your dealer, you learn and it still counts. Right?
Yeah, I mean, if your bow comes out of time or something, and you do not have a bow press, then take it to a dealer.
Yeah.
Because these things, especially these split limb bows, take a special press.
Sure. And we work with our dealers and teach them how to press the stuff, and they're doing this day in and day out. And if you're not pressing correctly, you definitely just ruined your warranty. I think it's something you see quite often.
A lot.
Is broken bows for just that reason. So Save your warranty. Have them do their work. Get in with those guys and volunteer your time. And I'm here in a month or two. They're really, really going to appreciate that because they'll start getting a lot of foot traffic in there as well.
They'll be busy here real soon. I didn't know hunting season was so close. Actually, I thought I had an extra month more.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, we were just talking about it. 66 days.
Yeah.
Rod's like, oh no, we've not even started thinking about that yet. And I punched in here, and we have 66 days.
It's getting close.
Yep. Sooner than we thought. I was kind of looking at it this morning because some of the cool stuff we have coming up here. So, let's see here. Jeremiah Thompson, are the new grips ready yet? They are not. So we're probably going to be looking right around the first of the year. I know each time we do these, I have another delay, but yeah, we're really looking to be able to develop the options we want to give you guys. We're probably looking at the first of the year on those new clutch grips. So, Rod, where do I grease limbs to decrease the nagging noise? So it sounds like maybe they're working through. So that's from Chris Boylan. Maybe it sounds like needs a little PM maintenance. So where do they grease the limbs to decrease the nagging noise?
You have a bow with nagging noise? Can't be a Bowtech.
No. Maybe just didn't any preventive maintenance like the guy that dry fired his bow for you.
All bows have a pocket with a pivot in it. So if you're going to grease anything, it would be underneath that pivot where it contacts the metal. So no matter what bow you're shooting, if you're going to grease it, that's where you need to grease. So.
Yep, and it's definitely it's the type of grease you use, correct?
Yeah, we got high tension grease.
Krytox.
Yeah,
So you're still using Krytox?
I didn't know if I could use that.
You can. We'll put it out there because it's pretty much the only stuff we found that works. Krytox.
Yeah.
$12 a bottle, I think.
Yeah.
Little bottle.
I used to get a lot of invasion. Well, actually, I still get them every once in a while. Invasions back, and that's the problem with it, is because they've used that white grease.
Yep, white lift grease does not work in archery.
It does not work.
And it's meant for electronics.
When you draw it back, it literally is. You can feel it in your hands. Krytox.
Yep, it's good stuff. You can get it online. It's do not get it on your clothes. Yeah. It's bad. I've ruined a lot of shirts. Working with Rod out there and getting Krytox all over myself. So,
and it seems to get on you.
It does, especially when you're working. You inadvertently wipe it on your pants or whatever. So
get an apron.
Get an apron, yeah. Rod, you still wear your apron when you're working?
I think you do.
Rod's had that since he was a bow builder, I think.
Since I started here, yeah.
Yeah, that was, man, how long ago was that?
Well, I thought it was a little bit longer, but really close to 16 years.
Wow.
So.
16. I think you're the vet. You and Blaine.
Me, Blaine, and Brian Owens.
Brian Owens. I can't leave out Brian and Jack. So we two of our guys in R&D, and Blaine does our quality assurance, and then there's Rod. They're our grandpas here, huh?
Yeah.
And then I'm shortly behind. I'm a year behind. So.
Still got all the gray hair that I didn't used to have.
I have none. No, it's great. All right, so let's see. Another good question here. Mach 3 Smith. This is actually the name that he put in here. I assume it's a he. Mach 3 Smith. So sounds like a speed freak.
Used to shoot for PSE.
PSE maybe, or Mustang maybe. Not Mach 3. Is it Mach 3? Mach 2? Okay. In terms of velocity, energy, definitely speeding. Will I get the best performance from a Realm 50 to 60 pound bow set at the 60 pound in the speed setting, or the Realm 60 to 70 pound bow set at 65 in the comfort setting? Use a 28-inch draw, 425 grain arrow. Is this also true for the Realm X? So it's a good question.
Yeah, kind of.
So do they get the most performance efficiency by running it in the speed setting at 60, or taking a 70 pound, turning it down 5 pounds, and going in the comfort setting?
On the same bow?
Same, or two different models. So he has let's say he's looking at a 50 to 60 or a 60 to 70. 60 pounder, the 60 pound, cranking it all the way up, setting it at performance. The 60 to 70, turning that one down to 65,
and putting it in
comfort setting. Yep.
It's about.
That's a pretty deep question. I think he's overthinking it a little bit.
Yeah, it's about 15 feet a second on a flip of the disc, I believe. So you're gonna gain what, 5 feet? 5 feet a second.
And there's a little trade-off by turning your bow down a little bit too, right?
Yeah, it's going to make it a little sloppier on the shot, maybe noisier.
Yep.
Might make it noisier. So
and
it's better to have things tightened down.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're going to see a draw cycle difference, definitely, even at the 65 pounds. Because on the comfort setting, generally you hear people say it feels like it's 10 pounds lighter than it really is. So.
And if you're into the speed thing, you shoot the same arrow at 70 pounds.
Yep, there you go. There you go. You're going to get the speed out of there. So hopefully that answers your question.
Be a lot faster.
Let's see, what do we got in here? Your daughter says you have as much gray hair as Derek. Must be an inside joke there. So, so looks like somebody, Jeremiah Thompson, saying that you need to create your own rod YouTube how-to channel. I think we need to do that. So I think we let's write that down, Nolan.
My own channel like Oprah.
I don't know about that. I don't think this is the right. No, you don't have to really write that down, Nolan. Remember that. I don't know if you'll. Hopefully, you'll get more views than Oprah does. I think this is the right industry to get more views than that. So, Backcountry 35. Each progressively larger draw stop you offer for your target bows for let off shortens the draw length by how much? So, how much does it affect the draw length on that?
Probably from the shortest to the largest would be, I would guess, close to a 1/4 inch.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're looking for 65% let off, other than the 80% let off, or well, some of them are 90%. So if you're looking for that kind of difference, you're going to lose 1/4 inch probably in draw length.
Right.
So.
Right. Very good.
The finger shooter likes the bigger draw stop post though.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a little bit of tools. Let's hit this real quick because I went back into our archives about some of the first ones some of these we did last year, and a lot of the questions we were getting was when you start thinking about hunting season now, what types of tools should you take with you? And I think really, and you look at it from in your pack standpoint and also from at camping. I mean, for like here, generally you can get to anywhere, but like me, I'm going to go out east.
Yeah, if you're gone for 2 weeks.
If you're gone for 2 weeks, I don't have access to my archery shop in my garage or the archery shop here at the factory.
You don't want to be done after the first day because your arrow rest broke. Or
Yep. So what are the type of things we should take with us, the minimum things to keep us in the game?
Well,
let's say.
When you go out, I'm sure you have one of the best arrow rests on the market.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, you don't have to buy a backup arrow rest that's the best there is, but you should have an extra arrow rest.
Sure.
And just a nice, cheap, inexpensive thing in your pack's going to keep you hunting.
Right.
And staying in camp
absolutely.
Rather than heading 200 miles to a store.
Buying another $200 arrow rest and
the same thing goes with releases. I always carry an
I'm guilty of this one. I'm guilty. I have forgot it and it bit me.
Yeah,
it's good because we're actually setting up for this session, and Rod's like, I didn't bring a release. I'm like, I have one because I definitely need to hit this. I've left camp, headed out to where I needed to go, realized, and I usually put this around the pivot or the pocket area of my bow every time, so I remember. One night I got back and forgot to do it, and sure enough, it was sitting on the bunk when I left. So
I did it one time, left camp, walked back in about 2 miles, and I realized, hey, I hope I don't see an elk.
You're going to be finger shooting at that point, and I thought about that.
And then I did. I said, well, there's a nice dirt bank, I guess, and it's about 20 yards. I guess I'll figure how far I'm going to hit low with my fingers.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Good. So you got to do what you got to do.
I didn't have to shoot an animal with it, but it's like,
Perfect.
Okay, don't forget your release.
It's a lesson learned there. So, all right, release, rest. What else are we looking at? Minimum stuff we should
if you have a knock set that slips or something, you should have an extra pair of knock pliers. I wouldn't carry this in my pack. Normally. I'd leave it at camp in I got a toolbox. So that, but a lighter, definitely. Everybody should be packing one of those anyway, in case you get lost or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's your survival set.
You have to start a forest fire, say.
That was a bad season here in Oregon last year, so it's already starting, I think, in some places. So.
You want to play with fireworks?
I told you when I did a promo on this for this session, you never know what Rod's going to say, and it's holding true.
These should go in your pack.
Absolutely.
Always. You can do anything with these.
Yep. They're inexpensive. Don't leave. I mean, they should never leave your pack. I mean, I have in my truck. I have them in my pack. I probably have 9 of those
everywhere.
things.
I just have to turn around and grab the different ones.
Yeah. I think my sons have a pair in their room just from.
T-square, I wouldn't say you'd have to have that in your pack either, but in your toolbox back at camp. And this is not a true T-square because it's not a full T.
Right.
But the reason I like this style here is in case there's a kisser button on here, you can't use the other kind.
Good point. Good point.
So you got to put it on below instead. If you had all this, then it's going to be hitting your kisser button. So kisser button gets in the way.
Yep.
So this is a better one.
That's exactly, and that's an evolution of the original.
Yes.
So, thanks for the reminder, Jeremiah. You're great comment there. So those of you who are watching, make sure you get some likes in here. Share this video with everybody out there. Make sure your buddies are watching because Rod's a wealth of knowledge, and we like to do these every week because we're coming in quick into season. I know a lot of people want to get their bows set up. So make sure you're liking, make sure you're sharing this so your friends see that. So sorry to interrupt you, but I want to make sure we get you out there. You're already out there. But
here's something that I actually would carry in my pack, though. There's a D-loop.
Yep.
And D-loop pliers. If you shoot a D-loop, you're going to need the pliers or a needle nose.
Yep.
That'll be sufficient.
And that's a good, one thing you did mention about, your knock pliers. This is good because if you don't have this, it's good to have this and some knocks because in a pinch you can throw you a knock,
you can still
knock set on there. And a lot of people don't know that it's a knock set, right?
And even if you have the D-loop, you can always put a knock set on, and then we have E-buttons on our string just in case. So
double check your sight. You might have to adjust a little bit, and you're back in the game.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah. Oh, you will. Yeah, you're not pulling right behind this. That's a good point. So you've got your D-loop. So laser. One thing I have in my pack, and Rod has in his pack, or at least in camp, is the Spot Hog cam liner, but. It may be something a true necessity, but as it's something good double check if you're bumping around on a quad. You drop your bow.
Yeah.
You want to check it. It's a good tool to help out there as well. So
you can also, if you drop your bow, if you have a worry about your cams being bent or something, you can use this. Also, to check your cams, see if they are bent, you just lay it up in here like this.
Oh, there you go.
You can't use it this way because
usually the T-squares are bent that way.
Yeah. But you can lay it up there and see any daylight anywhere. And if there's no daylight, then it's still straight. So.
A good question here for Sven. I'm not going to try your last name, Sven, because I will screw that one up. So, little question, how is the draw from the Realm X versus the Invasion CPX? I've shot the Invasion CPX a few times, and it's a pretty rough draw. So that's an older bow. We've evolved since then, but let's talk about that a little bit.
I've always thought the same thing about that bow. It's hard for me to pull it. It's got a draw cycle that just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. It's still climbing. And I got a short draw, so it's still going at 23 inches before it starts dropping back off, where our new bows, it's like, as soon as you start pulling, you'll feel it starting to let off. So.
But we're getting the same speeds as we're getting that. Yeah. So that's why I said it's several years old and we've really evolved. So really the Invasion CPX, the Prodigy, the Experience, all those bows are the grandfathers of where we're at with the Realm and the Realm X because they all had their good points, right? Yeah. And then we got to the Rain, which is one of our most popular bows ever, won all the awards last year, and then the Realm. So.
Yeah, this Realm X is, I don't know if you've shot it a lot, but it's pretty smooth.
I'm shooting a Realm now, and I'm thinking about going to the Realm X for elk hunting this year. I know the Realm would do the job, but I went to a little extra punch, I think, because I'm going to be on the ground a lot this year, I think. So I'm ready. Got a lot of acreage to cover.
I'm a ground hunter.
A good question, though, Sven. I like that because Invasion CPX is a great bow. So, a good question from Jeremiah. Jeremiah's got some great ones. Do you carry a target with you if you're going to be gone a week or so? I don't put one in my pack. It can get kind of heavy. No, good question. Good question.
Yeah, I definitely, I got my favorite too, but I leave one in camp.
Yep, same here.
You might have to hide it, depends on
who's in camp with you.
Yeah, exactly. Or who's who's driving by your camp or whatever.
Well, we get that here in Oregon too. I mean, quite a bit. There's a lot of foot tracking in some of the areas. But yeah, I do. I have a little, I can't remember what make it is, a little broadhead target, little deal that I can throw out. And
can we say what
yeah, I don't care.
Reinhardt 18
I like
Reinhardt.
1. I like Reinhardt. I like those guys.
I've had my Reinhardt 18-1. I'm not kidding. Everybody shoots it.
Yeah, they're good ones.
Everybody.
Yep.
With broadheads. Everybody. Since they invented it, I got the first year they had it. I still shoot it. So
Reinhardt makes good stuff. Mackenzie's making good stuff. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff out there. It's just, if you're in this area here, we sell all that stuff in the pro shop too. So
the good thing about it's got a handle, and you can just get out of your truck and toss it.
Yeah. It's good to pass the time when you're in camp if something's slow or the weather's off, and you can fling some arrows to the old 18.
You get tired of walking for, I've been out 3 days. I've walked enough. It's time to watch a video.
Yep.
Three Stooges or something.
Yeah, man, after my heart right there.
I've done that, by the way.
Three Stooges. My wife and I were just talking the other day. My oldest son, pretty much, and he's 20 now. He was a Stooges fanatic, but back then I would get a Stooges DV, or back then VHS every year. I think my mother-in-law or even my wife would get me one every year. So we haven't watched it in a long time. So they've got away from the Stooges a little bit, but I think he'd appreciate it still a little bit. So Dustin Lowry, Rod, when you paper tune a bow, do you recommend to bare shaft tune your arrows first or tune with your vanes already on?
I tune with my vanes on. I'm not a real big believer in bare shaft tuning, just because I'm never going to shoot
a bare shaft.
Never going to shoot an arrow with the bare shaft on it. So
yep. I see Tim Gillingham's watching, so he might argue with you on that a little bit. But it's
everybody's
a good point.
Everybody's got their quirks.
And Tim's a little different. I mean, he's at a level where he's shooting for $12,500.
Heavy competitor.
Exactly. Where we're shooting it. Tim hunts too, so not taking away from you, Tim, but we're focusing more on stuff like that. So, because I can't compete with a guy like Tim. But no, that's a good point. So, I've seen it. A lot of people will do it just to kind of get a comparison. I think generally when you're tuning it up and you have your overdrive binary cam set correctly, the way we talk about how to do it, you're going to find they're going to be pretty close.
It does affect the splining of your arrows when you, the weight in the back.
Right.
So it makes a difference.
Let's see who we got here. So Eddie GC22 on Instagram, will the realm go down to 25 inches draw and 40 to 50 pounds? Yes. And yes. Yep. Good question. So, Rascal CGH.
Got Rascal?
I like that. That's a good bow, man. I miss that bow.
That was a good bow.
Team Rascal, man. We had the youth shooting group back then, Team Rascal. That was pretty cool. Best newbie hunting bow you offer? Great question.
Best newbie.
And I say, let's talk about our other brands too. I mean, there's some good ones in our other brand.
Yeah, we got, I don't know, there's lots of them.
Yep.
Diamond Prism, Infinite Edge Pro, Atomics.
Yep. Depends how old you are.
Yeah.
I think, based on your question, you're probably, a little older youth. If you are a youth, maybe you're asking for a child. Infinite Edge Pro, Edge SB1 even. Infinite Edge Pro has been huge, Yeah, and we have the Fuel on the Bowtech side too. But right now, the Infinite Edge and the Edge SB1 has really been our number one selling bow.
You can buy a bow if you're 12 years old and still shoot it at age 40.
Yep.
Same bow if you want.
Well, I'm 43. You mean I'm too old to shoot it?
Yeah.
Game over.
Lost your anchor
Game
points.
over. No, you can't 70 pounds. It'll go all the way out to the full day. So, I look at the Edge SB1. That's our newest version of the Infinite Edge. We still have the Infinite Edge Pro, so you can't go wrong with either one there. So, let's ask one more question that came in a week or so ago. Oh, here's a question that you could probably help with. I bought a Bowtech last year, and the place I got it from set the bow up for me. Now, when I go to shoot the peep, the peep turns so bad I can't look down to the sights. What can I do to fix this problem? One place said I need a new string, but the bow is new.
You probably don't, if you're not shooting it a lot, you probably don't need a new string yet.
Right.
String material, cable material, they all stretch.
Right.
So when it stretches, it tends to turn a little bit farther, a little bit farther, a little bit farther. Pretty soon it's 180 degrees out.
Right.
The best way to do it is get it to your dealer, have them press it and put like a half a twist in your string, or might just take one twist in your string to get that to rotate back where you need it.
Right.
You can train these things, and you might have to retrain your peep. And to do that, you can just keep twisting this thing like this.
Right.
And before it comes back, pull your bow back with an arrow on it. Don't want dry fire. Put an arrow on it.
No, you can get some more work by if they don't do that. You'll probably see that bow in here.
But you can pull it back before it ever comes around, and you can see this peep sight's 180 degrees out now. But when you draw it back and let it back down, it'll rotate a little bit more.
Yep.
So you just keep doing that until you get it straight.
Yep. And I think a lot of people think the cable, when the bow is new, the cables are stretching, and realistically, it's because it's so new. The strands are settling together because you stack
and seating in the grooves and everything on your mod and your
everything's
VF post.
gelling, getting
Exactly.
So yeah, you have round things on top of each other, and as you get stretched, not the strings aren't stretching, but as you shoot it, they're kind of settling in. Basically, any gaps in them, and they're all. I mean, it's hard to see in there, but they're just all settling together too. So, and it's something 150 shots or so. Reset. Have your dealer reset that peep for you. A bow definitely needs to be broken in, not broken, but broken in. So.
Probably do that 2 or 3 times before you never have to mess with it again.
Right, definitely. Like mine, I have stock strings. I'm not updating mine. I did this. I shot. When I first got it, I shot the daylights out of it just to get that set since then. And that was last November, I remember when we launched it.
Yeah.
Peeps exactly where it was last November.
I do the same thing. I shoot before I even put a peep in.
Right.
And then I shoot after I get the peep in. And then I might have to adjust it one more time.
Right. So good question. That's a good question because we do hear that one a lot. So again, these are all been great questions. I appreciate you, everybody, getting in here. I know a lot of people have been getting home from work and getting some dinner and hopping in here. But I think we have some pretty big news we wanted to talk about today, and it has to do with one of these bad boys back here.
They might even be bigger than that there too.
Yeah. We were talking about Colorado a little earlier. We've got some good friends, some of our ambassadors in Colorado, but we're doing something pretty cool. I think you're going to like this too, Rod, and we were talking about it before we came on the air. We are going to give away a hunt, all expenses paid. You get a bow with equipment, elk hunt to Colorado. It's going to be pretty darn cool. It's on Bowtech, so I'm excited. I'm going to get entered in this, but I don't think I'm going to be eligible for it.
Yeah, and you said I wasn't eligible.
You're not,
either,
Rod.
So I really don't like it.
You want to go moose hunting anyhow.
I want to go moose hunting in Alaska. So if there's anybody out there, I love you, man.
The dream hunt for Rod is Alaska moose. So if you and plus you get to spend a little time with Rod. I don't know about that, but spend a little time with Rod on a moose hunt in Alaska. But Colorado elk hunt. I mean, we're going to make it super easy, and this actually just launched today. So we're super excited. So we're giving you the ability to start entering today, and it's going to go all the way through August 10th. You must be 18 to enter. I know we hear that a lot whenever we're entering sweeps. So this is open to the U.S. and Canada residents only. Unfortunately, Quebec doesn't count. So I never know why that is, but Quebec, they give us fits on things like this. So, so unfortunately, Quebec, I'm sorry, you're not eligible for this as well. So if you win this, we're going to give you airfare. We're going to give you lodging. We're going to feed you. We'll definitely feed you. Guided hunt license on Bowtech. We're going to take care of you on that.
You need to take your clothes.
You might want to bring some clothes, but we might be able to work something out there too. So we've got
probably something that you need a hat.
A hat. We've got the hookup on clothes, so I'm sure we'll do that too. Again, we talked about bow. You will get to win a bow decked out. That's pretty cool. I mean, you're ready to go. You just bring yourself. Bring yourself. You might want to wear a set of clothes when we get you there, but bring yourself. We're going to hunt some elk, so it's a big opportunity. And we're going to be filming it, which is pretty cool. So this will be in September. So you're looking mid-September, September 14th-ish was when the hunt will be. So all expense paid trip, hunting trip for elk in Colorado. So those of you that hunt elk or haven't hunted elk, this is a great opportunity. Those of you that know about Colorado elk, some outstanding elk hunting out there too. So we talked about this with all of our internal folks about it, and everybody wanted to join. We're going to make it super easy for those of you to join. All you have to do, and actually we'll pop it up on the screen here real quick. We'll give you a link of where you want to go to enter this. Super easy. You can go to the Bowtech webpage. Bowtecharchery.com/2018 elk hunt sweepstakes. You got to put it in that way. That's way too hard to do it. Make sure you text hunt. I had to double check it because this is so new. You're going to text hunt to 77453. What that will do is we'll give you a text with this link in the text. You click it, boom, you go enter it. What we're going to do is we're going to see how good you are. Basically, we're going to give you a little bit of poll. Just ask you a few cool questions and see how good your knowledge is about hunting. So get in there, answer those questions, and boom, you'll get entered to win. So there's no wrong or right answers. We just want to see how much you guys know about hunting.
How about if I'd sign in a different name?
Sign in as Carrie Ann.
Still can't win?
You can't win. Sorry, Rod. Because, we'd see you, you would show up, and then unfortunately we have to go find somebody else.
My profile.
Yeah, but make sure you get in there and take that poll really quick. We're going to test your hunting knowledge and give you a chance to win an all-expense-paid hunt.
That's a good deal.
I like it. I like it. I'm going to try to see if I can talk to the boss and say, hey, I'm not bending. No, I wouldn't do that. So.
Can I run the camera?
Yeah, I might do that. No, we have a great crew, and the guys that they're gonna. Those of you that the person that wins will be going with is a great opportunity. So you're pretty darn sure to. I don't want to guarantee anything, but they know their stuff, and you should have a pretty good chance of success. So we're excited to give it away.
They've probably called in a few.
I'm thinking so. Pretty good expert. So again, make it easy. Text hunt to 77453. You will get that link. Get in there, click on it, get in there, take that poll, answer some questions about see what your hunting knowledge is. It's gonna be kind of fun. We're gonna see how good everybody is. But no matter how you answer, you're gonna be able to take that, enter that contest. Jake Duke may have already answered this for you, but hunt to 77453 is the number. Punch in 77453, type in the word hunt, boom, you'll get a text back from us. Not from Rod, not from me, but we'll get a text back. So, I don't know, do you text?
I do,
You do?
I've forced into it.
You're forced into it. It's the only way the wife and daughter.
People text me, so I guess I'll text them back.
And he's graduated to a non-flip phone now, right?
I don't understand though. It's a lot easier. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. All right, bye-bye.
Straight old school. Well, I appreciate you joining us again, Rod. I wanted to have you here to help announce about this great hunt giveaway.
Yeah, so, that's a good hunt.
You're an elk hunter, so thank you all for joining us again on Bowtech Live, the Tech Talk edition with Rod Dogg. We're going to be doing a lot of this every week, talking about getting your bow ready for season. So make sure you get your questions in. It's going to make it super easy to know when you're live. When we're live, text Tech Talk. TECHTALK to 77453. Same number, but we're going to make it super easy for you. If you text that, you're going to get a notification when we're going to go live on Thursday. So we're going to really try to focus on Thursdays at 3 o'clock Pacific. So that way, those of you that are on the east side can get home, get some dinner, and join us. So we want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to see Rod Dogg. So again, go live, 77453. Better yet, we'll go live. I gave you a different one. I am screwing with our AV guy. We have all kinds of 77453s. We have got go live. We've got hunt. So we'll make it easy. Tech Talk 77453. Better yet, hunt to 77453. We want to get you guys in there to enter to win that because we're excited.
Everybody get in and enter. You get to shoot one of those, and they taste really good.
They're good. So. I just finished mine in the freezer, so I'm ready to go. So join us next time. We got all kinds of cool live. Check us back next week on Thursday. We'll see Rod again. Until next time, have fun and shoot straight. Thanks, Rod.
Thanks.